Echo Chamber, episode 3. Another interesting day in the world of entertainment. Roseanne Barr, still the #1 story. I really need to get a haircut. Like I said, the last time I got a haircut was February, actually probably like beginning of February. I had that Seattle Times thing in about mid-February, and yes, my hair grows so fast. I would need a haircut at least once a month if I wanted it to look nice or to look half-assed. But yeah, I'm not going to be spending $300 a year on haircuts, so I usually get 2 to 4. Okay, maybe like 3 to 4. But definitely need one soon because it's getting to the point where it's bothering me. I told my wife I want to just shave it all off basic training style, and she said that if I shave my head that I have to shave my beard, and that's not happening. So I deal with the mop. Actually, I joked around with her and I told her either a man bun or a beard, because she wanted me to cut my beard. I said, okay, if I do, I'm just joking, I don't want a man bun, but she was like, okay, man bun, and I was like, hell no, I'm just playing. That's not me. I would never wear a man bun. I wouldn't mind having long hair. I would never put it in a bun if I did have long hair. Well, I can't say never. If it was for convenience purposes, I might. But yeah, this shit is. But anyways, back to Roseanne Barr. She's digging herself deep, man. First she said racist comments, then she comes out as basically a prescription drug abuser. You're not helping your case any, Roseanne, by saying that it was the Ambien talking. And yeah, don't go OD on that stuff there, little lady. Cause yeah, drugs are bad, okay? Unless they're the wonderful green leaf. What is this I've been puffing on? Orange Kush. Been puffing on that Orange Kush. And my dabs, I've been dabbing on the Death Star. But what's this button do? Oh, a filter? What? Crazy. Can I change it mid? Oh, damn. Crazy. What else do we got here? Mute my mic. Nice, that's good to know. What's this? Chat. That's to turn the camera. Don't want to do that. And yeah, okay, so yeah, Roseanne Barr, man, digging herself a grave that she is never going to be able to go. Well, can't say never, right? But she's already old, 65, I believe, retirement age. She's collecting that Social Security. Yeah, Roseanne, just, man, I feel bad because she's obviously drinking. I mean, that was the whole thing, right? Oh, I drank and I took my Ambien, and of course, drinking and pills don't mix. And so that's probably like a nightly thing for her, you know, I would imagine. Whether she's drinking heavily or not, who knows, but still not good, obviously, right? If you're, whatever your routine is, and I'm sure you're taking Ambien nightly because it's a very easy drug to abuse. I have a little Ambien story. Y'all want to hear my Ambien story? So this was in 2009. Well, yeah, well, even if you don't want to listen to it, you're gonna hear it anyways, unless you stop playing the video, obviously. But so 2009, I was on my way back home from Afghanistan on R&R because they wouldn't let me come get checked out. because I was hurt. They didn't let me come get checked out, so I basically had to come on R&R, and when I came on R&R, I got myself checked out. But on the way coming home, you know, we're leaving the FOB, go to Kandahar Airfield. At Kandahar Airfield, I'm there in the tent waiting for the bus. I don't remember how long I was there, maybe a day, 2 at the most. Probably they're just kind of staging areas for you to get ready to go back home to the States. And while I was there, my best bro Rebar, one of the many brothers I have, who had been blown up maybe, well, that was probably close to October. Let's see. No dates. He had probably been gone an easy 4 weeks, I'd say, a month or so since I had seen him, since he had been blown up. And you know, if you're not around when your buddies get blown up, you don't see them again. And one second, my buddy messaged me. So yeah, my buddy Rebar got blown up, and like I was saying, you don't really see your friends after they get blown up unless you're there with them. And he was in the vehicle, so they took him away, and they had given him a bunch of pills. And I mean, that guy, he probably had, I don't know, 2 or 3 different kinds. I might be exaggerating that, but I don't really remember too much. But for sure he had Ambien, and I think they had given him a pain med. You know, the Ambien's for sleep, but damn, the Ambien's so powerful, it should help you with pain too. It should put you to sleep. I mean, it's basically anesthetic. And I was so happy to see him, and I hadn't seen him in forever. It seemed like forever. And you know, where they're talking, bullshitting, he's obviously not himself, because he's already under the influence of all these pills. And I'm worried about him, you know, and he's like, you know, I'm telling him, he tells me he's got Ambien, and I'm like, oh, hook me up, because I'm getting ready to fly back home. It's gonna be a long flight, and he'll knock me out, it'll be great. So he gave me a few of his Ambien for the trip, and he was like, well, you want one for now? And I was like, well, it's whatever, you know. So he ended up giving me one, and I took it, and you know, 20 minutes, 30 minutes go by, and yeah, I'm starting to feel a little drowsy, but it's no different than popping 2 Tylenol PM, you know. And you know, a few minutes, 20, 30 minutes go by, I'm feeling it a little bit, and he asked me, hey, you feel it? I said, yeah, it's, you know, I'm feeling a little drowsy, but it's not anything mind-blowing like I thought it was going to be. And he said, okay, well, here's another one. And I was like, no, man, these are your pills, I'm good, you know. I don't need to be taking all these mad pills. And he's like, no, I'm fine. They give me these things like candy, just, you know, you're good. So I took it. And man, taking 2 Ambien when you've never taken an Ambien in your life, don't do it, kids. Don't do it. Do not. I mean, I don't recommend taking it at all. Yeah, stuff's bad for you. Pills are so bad. But man, that shit fucked me up. God damn, I was just so faded. Everything, and I was feeling good. You know, I mean, I was faded, but damn, I was feeling good. And of course, I wanted to pass out, but you just fight it and feel good. And yeah, right, I was enjoying it, feeling good, and they're like, man, let's go. Bus showed up. Let's go to the airport and get ready to go home. So I was feeling good, loaded up on the bus, and that bus driver drove like a dickhead, because I just remember just fucking shifting all over the place, and man, my feeling real good went to feeling real bad real quick. And game over, man. The world was spinning. As soon as that bus stopped, I ran out and fucking hurled everywhere. I mean, it wasn't too bad, you know, it wasn't crazy like Exorcist fucking puking, but I basically puked up those pills. Body said, you're being poisoned. Get rid of them, so it did. And I guess enough had been in my system. I mean, I still had a few extras that he had given me. And I was good for the night there, obviously, and then, you know, you wait there, you go through customs, and it's still kind of a long process. And yeah, then I had a few more for the flight. I think maybe I had one more, maybe two. And yeah, and that's my Ambien story. And you know, there's that the guy Trump was trying to nominate as the VA secretary or whatever, his own personal presidential doctor or whatever, not his personal doctor, but the White House appointed doctor. They were talking about how he was just giving people pills and stuff, and I mean, yeah, it's kind of the culture, you know. I mean, we do it at the low levels, they're gonna do it at the high levels. You know, you're just, who wants to be cooped up in a plane for 16 hours when you can sleep and make that trip that much shorter? And you know, it's not like people are abusing them. It's not like, oh, I'm giving 20 pills to each one of y'all. You know, it's like, hey, here's one or two, take one, give it 40 minutes. If you don't feel drowsy enough, take a fraction of the other. Because it is powerful. I mean, you'd have to be a pretty big guy to not feel one. And yeah, like I said, you know, if you could just smoke cannabis, that's best case scenario, but it's kind of, you know, still demonized, as ridiculous as that is, when we have all these other kinds of crazy addictive pills that destroy people's lives. But on that note, there was some good news today. President Trump signed a bill called the, what is it called? It's about patients being able to do medicine that hasn't been FDA approved yet. It's like try it something, I don't know. And it's I think it's amazing. You know, it's kind of sad that we have all this you know, amazing modern medicine, you know, the cutting edge of, you know, the technology and all that good stuff, and we're not able to use it because of all that red tape, regulations, trials on mice, and then move on up to dogs or monkeys, and then finally human trials. And I mean, there's, you know, there's like whatever the percentages are for every, you know, only like less than 5% of all that research and development and trying to make all these different medicines, only less than 5% of them make the cut and actually make it to trials. So I mean, that's kind of the nature of the beast. But yeah, and I think that's really awesome that he did that, because it's going to help a lot of people. So, and we might even be able to progress our medicine and technology in the medical field faster, because now we'll have more people able to try these different medicines or these different treatments that normally would have taken forever to get to human trials. Now people can just basically go volunteer. Like, I mean, from what I understand, I don't know too much, I didn't read it too into it. Somebody shared it on Facebook and shared it from a blog, and I didn't think it was true, so I Google searched it in CNN and the New York Times and other reputable sources put it up. So I was like, oh wow, that's cool. It is true. And I thought it was just positive, you know, fake news, essentially. Positive propaganda, I guess you could call it. So goddamn, Trump supporters, when your president does something good, share reputable sources. Fuck. Just share reputable sources, period. But damn, I mean, you're doing him no justice whenever you share he finally has a win. He's only had a handful of wins in this whole year and a half or so, as much as I like to get it twisted. And whenever he has these rare moments, you gotta let him shine, and you gotta let him shine with actual, real journalists creating real, thought-provoking articles instead of this garbage. Straight, I mean, it's garbage for the mind. It's just the worst shit you could ever want to put into your head. The worst, because it's brainwashing you to think a certain way. Even if you don't think it is subliminally telling you to just come back here to this clickbait shit. It's just like pools that are, it's so weird how they're able to study that and know that. It's pretty scary what humans are being able to do with technology. I mean, it's been scary since we've been able to slaughter hundreds of thousands of people, and you know, with no effort, basically, you know, chemical warfare. You can wipe entire cities out without much but a chemist and a evildoer. So yeah, those two things. Oh yeah, okay. I get especially high when I'm doing these things because I don't really bake throughout the day, and if I do, it's super fast, and it's just like this powdery nonsense that just kind of wets the surface. You know, it doesn't take me for the dive. So when I get baked at night and I can actually relax, I do actual blood. Or dabs. And now I want to take some time to go over this. I've been meaning to add this to my I Love Me book right over here, with that silhouette that I shot at. I've been meaning to add this to it. And this was from that Seattle Times talk that we gave. And it's Unexpected Adventures in Learning. It's called Ignite Education Lab. It's an annual thing they do where they get people, teachers, or people like me who had their life changed by a teacher, or just by education in general, and all really great stories. So yeah, let's just go through who these people are. The two MCs for the night were previous speakers the year before as well. And I'm doing this because even though there's nobody watching these or listening to them really, they have their podcasts and what they're called on here too, so I'm just trying to spread the podcast love. So the first one is Nathan Gibbs Bowling. He is a 2016 Washington State Teacher of the Year, 2016 National Teacher of the Year finalist, 2014 recipient of the Milken National Educator Award and co-founder of Teachers United and the Washington State Teacher Advisory Council. He teaches AP Government and Politics and AP Human Geography at Lincoln High in Tacoma. He hosts a weekly podcast called The Nerd Farmer. So you got time, check out The Nerd Farmer. Nathan Bowling. I can't really see. Yeah, I don't know. I'll actually look these things up too, and I will put them in the description if y'all want to go check them out. Check out the description here in the next day or so, and yeah, I'll be there. The other MC, well, she had a great talk. I listened to her talk, and I mean, she's had her talk put everywhere. She is an award-winning media teacher at Cleveland STEM High School, where she oversees production of the school's yearbook, newspaper, news broadcast, and website. In 2016, Scribner was named Washington State's Journalism Advisor of the Year, was a Dow Jones News Fund Special Recognition Advisor, and was one of 13 journalism teachers from around the country to receive the Journalism Education Association's Rising Star Award. Before becoming a teacher, Scribner spent 16 years in journalism at the Seattle Times and newspapers in Texas and Arkansas. Oh, wow. So I didn't even know that about her, that she was a journalist. That's pretty cool. Carrie Bassas, her talk, oh, and now I'm getting into the speakers. It's Short Bus to Social Justice. Carrie is the director of Governor Jay Inslee's Office of Education Ombuds. She is a former civil rights and labor law attorney, law professor, and disability rights nonprofit leader. She lives in Seattle with her husband and 8-year-old daughter. And then we have Melissa Charette. Don't judge a book by its cover, or students by their first day, is the name of her talk. Melissa has been a special education teacher for 2 decades. Her dream is for every special education student to be integrated with their peers throughout the entire school day. She teaches students functional life skills at Washington Middle School in the Olympia School District. Then we have Melody Ip, Regrets of a Former Mean Girl. Melody is a native of Sacramento and moved to Seattle in 2006 with her husband Matt. By day, she is a storyteller, chauffeur, and dance party DJ for her 3 young kids. By night, she's a part-time writer and editor. Then we have Catherine Kang, Showing Up for Leadership. Catherine is a 7th grader at University Prep in Seattle, the city she was born and raised in. Her favorite time of day is 7:45 a.m. because she gets to talk and play with her friends. She loves the arts. And then we have Garrett Kishner, who is a principal. It says, Where the Boys Are is the name of his talk. Garrett is a proud Seattle Public School graduate, parent, and principal. His perspective has been enhanced by more than 12 years teaching everywhere from Salvador, Brazil to inner city Philadelphia, suburban Boston, the International School Manila, and the Lake Washington School District. He believes deeply in the power of public schools to foster democratic citizenship rooted in a civic-minded sense of the common good. And then we have Aviva Levine, Expanding the Narrative, Using Improv in the Classroom. Aviva is an enthusiastic teacher of French and social studies from Richmond, British Columbia. She has 15 years of experience doing improvisational comedy with TMP Improv, and loves how she can merge improv and teaching to make for an enriching classroom experience. And then we have Mandy Manning, The Worlds We Wield. Mandy is a 2018 Washington State Teacher of the Year and one of the 4 finalists for National Teacher of the Year, which she won, by the way. She lives and teaches in Spokane, Washington. As an English language learning educator, Manding is the first teacher for refugee and immigrant students at Joel E. Ferris High School and the Newcomer Center. So yeah, she won Teacher of the Year. She gets to teach immigrant and refugee students who come over here, and you can watch a bunch of videos about her online, obviously, and she's doing great work. It's really awesome that that I'm on this with her. What an amazing woman. And then Rashad Norris, Smell the Ingredients. Rashad currently devotes his time as the Director of Community Engagement at Highline College, where he travels to elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, community centers, libraries, and youth educational conferences to speak with youth about the importance of education and how two-year colleges can be a good option. He also provides educational, cultural, relevant workshops and motivational presentations that uplift young people in the community. And then we have me, Mr. Earwood Saved Us. Ricardo is a stay-at-home father, taker of free online classes, and an aspiring graduate student. He grew up on a ranch in Freer, Texas, and is an Army veteran. And Carly Slater was our coach. She is an event producer, community director, white hat social engineer, and public speaker. She is currently producing events for Starbucks Technology, co-organizes the Ignite Seattle Speaker Series, and is learning how to raise one eyebrow. And then the wonderful people at the Seattle Times Education Lab. We have Dahlia Bazaz, who really busts her ass off and does a great job at putting this thing together. And of course, along with, help. Can't do it all by yourself, but she does a good part of it from what I can tell. And then we have Paige Cornwell, a reporter, Catherine Long, another reporter, Neil Morton, another reporter, Claudia Rowe, another reporter, Linda Shaw, the editor, who that was actually her last event. So I mean, I felt really honored, from the beginning to even be selected for this thing. And then we have Sarah Morrison, who's the event coordinator. So yeah, it was Sarah that was there too a lot. So her and Dahlia really kick ass at putting this thing together and, getting good stories out there that hopefully inspire and motivate people to never give up on education. Should keep going on for your entire being. There's no reason to stop learning. It's foolish to stop learning. But yeah, that's it for that. I will also link in this video the talk. Yeah, I said I would do it this week. I'll do it in this video. So that way it kind of goes hand in hand. And now it gets to go into my I Love Me book. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is not my I Love Me book. Yeah. I don't know if I took those things out, the protective covers, but it'll be safe here. Actually, I can slide it inside the silhouette. But yeah, in the military, they basically teach you in basic training. The drill sergeants like to show off their high-speed awards, so they teach you to get yourself a little notebook together for all the high-speed things you're going to get awarded for in the military. God damn it, I can't wait till I'm not sick. I'm just getting over something viral. Still getting over it. I started writing my book today. Pretty motivated to get that started. It's going to be a long process because I want to I'm going to Texas in August, and I really want to talk to my dad about my very young days. And I want to basically see how long he was an addict before I was old enough to realize what the fuck was going on. And I also want to talk to his brother Pete and see what the fuck is up with him, because those dudes got, I mean, I'm sure they got ridiculous stories. I know they got ridiculous stories because they were cokeheads. Just straight up cokeheads. And my uncle was a millionaire, so he could afford to keep feeding him and his brother with the fucking shit. And kind of destroyed everything. And yeah, so I just want to talk to him too, and in isolated instances, you know, like one-on-one, not together, because I want to use that as a way to validate what they're saying. If I get two different stories, well, they were both coked out of their minds, so I'm sure they're going to have two different stories for every kind of thing they did together, from what they can even remember. So my dad's 64, and my uncle is probably pushing 70, I would imagine. Probably in his late 60s for sure. It's kind of crazy to think about that he's that old too. I mean, my dad's the baby, so yeah, a lot of questions to ask and things to think about. I'm gonna put it all in a book. And yeah, I don't know, I mean, I guess it would give me plenty to write, and it would make for probably a pretty good book. About those two dumbass boys in South Texas who were, I don't, look at that. Look at that. You see that? That's 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page, 5 page, 6 page, 7 page, 8 page, 9 page, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 pages of just that I actually got around to typing. Or actually, I don't remember. I think what I did was, because I have a lot written in here too. So I don't remember. I think what I did was I wrote while I was on the sniper team, and when I got kicked off the sniper team, I went to where I had shifts where they were 12 hours on, 12 hours off, and I was able to just type because I had 12 hours. Well, obviously I would sleep and watch anime and dick off too, but I would write because it was fucked up. And I guarantee you, with 90% certainty, that what I have there is more meticulous, in depth than 98% of anybody in that unit, in that brigade probably. And it's sad. But at least somebody did it, right? I wish I would have been doing it from day one had I known how dicked up this was all gonna be. Yeah, 35 minutes. What else can we talk about? What else happened today? Oh God. Roseanne digging her grave. Tomorrow NBA final start. I'm pretty psyched about that. Einstein. Pretty psyched about that. Cavaliers probably gonna get their ass stomped, but you never know, man. Somebody could get hurt. I mean, I don't wish that for nobody, but you just never know. And LeBron James is a beast, and people might step up. You just never know. It's not likely. But it was also not likely that he would come down from 3-1 against a 73-win team. 73 wins in the year. Single-digit losses in an NBA season. That's fucking just mind-boggling. And then it's like when the Patriots went undefeated to the Super Bowl and then just couldn't finish it. Just couldn't. But man, that's still quite an achievement. And you got rings anyways, so same with Tom Brady. That's a hell of an achievement to go undefeated in an NFL season. And then all the way to the big game. So basically undefeated in the season, you know. What else? What's going on tomorrow? Thursday. Shit. I just gotta do my regular stuff. Oh well, I gotta go do emissions testing soon. Yeah, just regular old shit. And yeah, I guess that's it for tonight, guys. I hope everybody had a good day. I hope y'all are slowly or quickly working towards your goals, because it don't matter if you go to school part-time and it takes you 8 years, 10 years to get a bachelor's degree. My sister did that, took her 8, she went part-time to get her bachelor's degree. There's people that do that. Saw it on Reddit not too long ago. Everybody that, not everybody obviously, but a lot of people. How do I stop?